Jalen Hurts kind of evolved since you saw him week 2 of last year?
Jalen's looking a lot more comfortable within the offense, and scheme-wise, it seems like they've put in more concepts that he's more comfortable with, and he has a really great command of the offense. He's decisive with where he's going with the ball, and he has they surround him with a lot of playmakers. Adding A.J. Brown's a lot of playmakers around him. Smith, Brown, the backs, tight ends, like they have a really good core of guys who, he distributes the ball really well, and those guys are really good after they catch the ball of creating, making a guy miss and creating space and getting more yards after the catch. So they've done a really good job, I think, of just tailoring the offense around Jalen. That's what makes him look more comfortable.
Someone like him who can make plays with his legs, but also likes to throw shot plays. How do you kind of strike that balance of let's make sure he doesn't beat us with his legs, but also isn't going over the top when he gets out?
There has to be a good balance with the shot plays and the running. Like when you're responsible for those shot plays, mainly our corners and safeties on the outside. We know the challenge that we have this week, and guys have to go up and be able to make a play. They get opportunities when the ball is up. It's an opportunity for us to go up and make the play, and that's how I view it. And when it comes to him scrambling around, right, that's all 11. It starts with our D-line being where they're supposed to be, and guys who are responsible to go get the quarterback. We just have to do our job. No, we can't make a bigger deal out of it than it is. Everybody has to do their job, be where they're supposed to be, and we play defense as all 11 groups swarming. That's what's going to help us, defend the quarterback running.
Do they have their offensive line, are they capable of kind of meeting your defensive line's, force and violence?
Their offensive line is the strength of that team. You have two veteran guys there in Kelsey and Lane who've been together for a while, and they anchor that line. They've done a really good job. Very physical group, big offensive line, physical offensive line who tries to get after it. And look, they're a really good team, but also our guys are good too. So it's going to be a physical matchup. We know we'll get their best. They're going to get our best as well.
Better has your defensive line gotten at staying in their rush lanes since that Raiders game?
They've done a good job. The Raiders game was not good. We allowed the quarterback to get out way too much. But the guys have done a really good job over the past couple of weeks of being on it. And we'll have to have that same focus, that same relentless mindset to be where we're supposed to be as we're rushing the quarterback and having awareness that Jalen could get out, and he may get out, but nobody's going to panic if he does get out one time. We know this guy's going to make plays. There's a reason why he's up for the NFL MVP. He's a really good player, so he's going to make some plays.
You were affiliated early with Fletcher and Brandon Graham in their careers. What did you see from them back then, and is it did you see this for them, this kind of success they've had?
Yeah, Fletcher and Brandon have always been just playmakers. They always played on the other side of the line of scrimmage. I know Fletcher, when he first came in as a rookie, you saw it right away. The talent that he had, the strength that he had, he's just separated himself. Right? So he's been a playmaker for, over 10 years in the league, and he's been consistent throughout his career. And then Brandon Graham on the edge, they probably tried to get rid of him a few times, but he still finds a way to stick on there and still is able to get after the quarterback. So it's impressive to see what BG has done for his entire career there in Philly. A guy who's been very disruptive. And Fletcher and BG, they don't change. They're still getting after it, getting after the quarterback, making plays. So I know it's going to be a tough challenge for our offense.
What kind of unique challenges does A.J. Brown present?
Yeah, AJ, the first thing is his size and strength. That's the one thing that separates him from a lot of receivers. But not only that, like when he catches the ball, he turns it to a different gear, right? His run after catch, it's been pretty dynamic to watch this year. So that's where he's big, where he can go down the field and make plays on the deep balls, but also he's just catching the 5-yard routes and turning it upfield and turning that into an explosive. That's where he's been really good this year.
There was extra juice yesterday, or does it feel like business as usual?
It's business as usual, man. That's what I love about our guys. Every time we go out to practice, the way our guys work each and every day, it's consistent, and that's what it takes, right? Not making it bigger than what it is. We understand the stakes, understand where we are. We're thankful to be playing at this time, but we also understand that we have to go out and execute and play really good football. On Sunday, we had to be the best team within that 3.5 hours.
Coach, you show a lot of emotion on the field, and your players seem to respond. Why do you feel it's so important to show that? And do you think they respond more to you because you are so emotionally involved from what we see on TV?
I'm emotionally involved because I'm excited when these guys make plays. I know the work that they put in. I know how much effort, how much time, how much sacrifice these players put in. And when we go out there on Sunday, the whole world gets to see that, right? I've been seeing it all week, and I'm just excited for everyone else to see who our guys are. And I'm excited to see guys make plays, right? Football is meant to be fun. That's what football is about. So you got to have fun playing football, and that's what our guys do. You see them flying around. They have fun. They have fun playing with each other. That's what football is always meant, right? It's always meant to be played in a fun manner, and we're going to have fun playing football on Sunday.
Brandon Graham was telling reporters in Philly yesterday that when he played with you that you would be calling out basically what the offense was going to do before they did it, and so you could sort of tell that you had that aptitude. Were you thinking of being a coach then, and what was your time in Philly like to you?
That's how I've always kind of studied the game. I've always tried to pick up on offensive tendencies, and for me, it's always about helping the guys around me. I felt like always if I can help the guys next to me just play a little quicker or know their assignment, like then if they're at their best and I'm playing at my best, then collectively we can go and win games. So that's what that was always about, like calling out plays, whatever tips I had or indicators, making sure not only that I just held them all to myself, but I shared them with the guys around me because this is a team sport and we win together. So that's what, BG is speaking of there. And my time in Philly, it was great. We had a really good team, great guys, great teammates there in Philly. It was a great time there. Made the playoffs one year there in Philly under Chip Kelly. Was under two great head coaches, Chip Kelly, Andy Reid, guys I learned a lot from. So really good time there in Philly.
Any pointers on what the environment's going to be like, or do you think last year's week 2 is enough to give them a taste of what it's going to be like there?
Yeah, the environment, it'll be hostile. It'll be loud, right, as it should be. NFC Championship game, right, we're in their stadium. We're on their turf. We understand it's going to be hostile, but we also have to understand you block out all of those distractions and you just go and play the best football you can play for 3.5 hours.
Comes to mind when you hear Diamond Lenore? What jumps out to you about him?
Growth. That's one thing that Demo has done throughout this entire year, right? He's shown growth, and that's what being a professional is all about, right? It's where you start out as a rookie. It doesn't matter how you continue to push yourself each and every day to be better, and that's what Demo has done. He's gotten better. He's gained more confidence, and you see it for the past 2 games. He's went out and made 2 big plays that have helped us to win playoff games and move on. So it's just the growth and it's the mindset to get better. That's where Demo has allowed himself to really help our team.
Defensive backs can get down in the dumps if a big play is made against them. How is he in that regard about being resilient and not getting too far down?
Playing the corner position is one of the toughest positions because the spotlight is always on you. You're always highlighted as that one-on-one matchup. So the first thing for a corner is you have to have a swagger. You have to have a self-confidence about you because you're going to get beat at some point. But it's not about going in a tank. How are you going to respond to the next play? They make plays. Other guys get paid. You go against some of the best athletes in the world play receiver in the NFL. So they're gonna make some plays, but how many plays can you make? How resilient can you be? You have to have, that next play mentality when you're playing corner, and you have to be unshakable when you are at that position because if you are shaken by one play, it's gonna lead to more negative plays. So you have to be able to move on from one bad play and continue to play, and things are gonna shake out for you.
Out of 19.
A.J. Brown doesn't seem like maybe he's completely healthy. A lot of guys are probably like that this time of year. I think he was dealing with a hamstring when he played y'all in December last year. He obviously doesn't need tons of separation to do things. What are your memories of what he did in that game?
From last year playing against AJ, I remember him just making some very physical plays, contested catches, right? And that's where you have to be physical with him. Again, he's a big body receiver who can go up and make tough catches. So you have to challenge him at every point. You have to stay sticky. You have to challenge him. That's how you make plays against him.
Out of 19 games, I think you had a turnover or takeaway in 16 of them. A lot of teams that have as many takeaways as you do get like an avalanche 5-6 and then maybe go games without them. How are you able to be so consistent? What's the key to that?
The consistency for us in takeaways, it's who we are every day, every week. We always talk about the ball, and the ball is everything. And if you take the ball away, you're going to win games. And that's the most important factor. On Sunday, it doesn't matter. If we can take the ball away, we can create more turnovers than the Eagles, right? We'll win this game. And that's what it'll always be about. It won't change. In the history of ball, it's been proven, right? You take the ball, you win the game. So that's our mindset each and every week. That's our key to victory. That's our goal every week. How many times can we take the ball and can we score with it, or can we put our offense in a favorable position to score?